Hey guys, and welcome to this Bitcoin and market update. So Bitcoin is up about 4.2%, closed for this week. And what happened in the news? Well, the Fed turned hawkish. The war between US and Iran is back on the menu. So Bitcoin got all the red flags and it still didn't drop. And like CoinDesk said it this morning, nothing crypto native moved Bitcoin this week. ETF flows, and that it rose because of the dollar falling and Asian chip stocks are ripping, but that's not a Bitcoin story. So if the news did move it, what did? Well, this did, the structure, right? But this is something we are trying to show on this channel, not the news, but the structure. That's why I try to show you all the possible scenarios that I see from the structure. Then with all the possible scenarios, we got invalidation levels that invalidate some of these scenarios and reduce your scenario selection with each invalidation level. So all of that is a good thing. Okay, if you are looking at 5 scenarios, for example, if Bitcoin hit your this invalidation level and this, then your scenario selection just became 2. Okay, and that's a good thing. You couldn't ask for a much better thing on a chart. If you zoom in on our 4-hour time frame, you know that for the past couple of weeks, since this move up happened in a 3-wave move, in a corrective move, we said that this was wave 4, okay, this right here. And then this move happened and we identified that this is probably a 3-wave move down. And besides all the other wave structures that are possible here and that we are still following, this could still be some kind of a diagonal. That depends on these upper levels, right? But since this move up happened, it opened a door of this being some kind of a wave 4 flat correction. Okay, A, B, and a final wave C up. Our invalidation level from yesterday's running flat is this right here. If we go above 64.6, this running flat is invalidated. But if we stay in this range right here, this could still be some kind of a running flat. It's all about finding a 5-wave move up from here. And you already know that I don't like this structure as it is. So we'll just have to be patient and wait for the structure to reveal itself at the point where Bitcoin will turn down. So if we get some kind of an ugly 5-wave move up, then we know that this was a running flat. If we go above that and we go above in some kind of a 5-wave move up again, this becomes an irregular flat correction. Okay, and with irregular flat correction, so it ends above the end of wave A. Okay, and if we draw fibs, a common wave C running flat correction would come somewhere right here from 1.272 to 1.618 fib, from 68k to 71 to 72k, because your fair value gap got candle backtest is at about 72.5. Okay, so these levels would not be surprising. But like we said, no guessing on this channel. We only take a look at which scenarios are possible from the structure we are seeing. And then we have invalidation levels that invalidate each of one of them. So if we are looking at 4 scenarios and we got 2 invalidation, that is the best thing in the world, because then you are only looking for 2 or in the end in one last scenario, and you couldn't wish for a better thing. But right now we are looking for this 2-month resistance channel right here for Bitcoin to break it. And then above that, we have 1 monthly and 1 daily 50 EMA right here at 65.6. And then we have this resistance from this high at 67.2. And then above that, we have 1 weekly 200 moving average, which is at about the same level at 1.272. So these are the levels that we need to keep an eye on. So can Bitcoin stay below 67.2 for a possibility to stay at this ABC running flat, or will it break it into this area right here and for a possibility to become an irregular flat correction? We're still looking at all the other scenarios of this being some kind of a triangle or a diagonal. But if you're following me, you already know these scenarios. But I am looking at something on our Tether dominance chart, a hint that Tether dominance is giving us. So as you know, we were looking for a 5-wave move up here, but that didn't happen. As you know, this is a 3-wave move that made a higher bull trap, higher high. But this is a part of a correction, the same story as with Bitcoin. So we actually got a 1, 2, 3, and this is wave 4, okay? Wave A, wave B, and a final wave C. And we may be missing a final 5th wave in this wave C. If you zoom on 4-hour chart, this is that ABC, irregular flat correction. If we, this one right here, if Tether goes below here, okay? So if this 5-wave move, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goes below, this is an irregular flat correction, and we are still missing a final 5th wave up to get our actual top or bottom in crypto. So if we draw fibs from this one right here for wave C, we are looking for a common target area again from 1.272 at about 8% to 1.618 at about 7.6%. And if we measure that the drop from here, that would be from 5% to about 9 or 10%. But let's see how this final 5th wave forms. Will it be a running flat, something like this? So not going below this level right here, the start of wave B and end of wave A? Or will we come down below wave A and into these 2 fibs right here? So if you are following me for some time now, you will know that this is a big clue, okay? More specifically, this was a big hint, okay? This being a 3-wave move. Same situation we have on macro XRP chart, okay? This being a regular flat correction. And then this is a hint, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, and you know that wave C are a 5-wave move. So 5th wave right here. So all eyes on that. Where does this 5th wave run down to? And this will be the hint where crypto turns up at. But if we look at our ETH chart, as I said in this week's Ethereum updates, I think the same situation goes for ETH, this being some kind of a flat correction, and that we are missing a final 5th wave up from here, this orange count. If this is a regular flat, okay, this has a chance of being a regular flat because it didn't quite go below, okay, so we are cheating a bit by thinking this could be an irregular flat, but it wouldn't surprise me, okay. So it can be a perfect regular flat correction, and a common regular flat target area is from 1 fib to 1.272 fib, okay. So if we go up from here, this would be exactly up to 9%, exactly as Tether hinted to us. And then finish down in its last real 5-wave move down. Basically, a lot of crypto is some kind of a flat correction, as I was telling you for the whole week now. As for Solana, if you watched this week's video, we said that this structure could look like this bottom came in, but the volume then never showed up. Okay, igniting starting volume never showed up. And again, at this bottom, we never got a real finishing volume as well. It was only a small one. So we will have to stay patient if this 60 level holds. If it doesn't, this could still be some kind of a running flat. Okay, and we are still missing for a real 5th wave. If we reclaim, for starters, this level right here, this daily 200 EMA, and turn it into support, and I will be more convinced. But if this becomes more than an ABC down, then we already know that we are missing the final 5th wave down. And as for XRP, you already know that we are looking for, so this was the thing that we were talking about. XRP made a fake higher high in a 3-wave move up after a 3-wave move down. So you already know when that happens that this will be an irregular flat correction or a running flat. XRP made a new low, so this is an irregular flat correction with a 5-wave move down. This is that last wave 5, which at the moment it looks like it wants to be some kind of a contracting diagonal with wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of the waves in the same direction are smaller if it's a contracting diagonal than its previous one, okay? So a three-wave move, and we are now missing a three-wave move right here. If this wave 4 is finished, okay, if crypto pumps from here 5 to 10%, this move up, this wave 4 might not be finished. What we have to be careful about, if this is wave 2 and if this is a contracting diagonal, wave 4 cannot go above here, okay, and that aligns perfectly. If XRP would pump 9%, it would not go above this level right here. So if that turns into some kind of this wave 4, this contracting diagonal is still valid, okay. But like I said, patience. What crypto does from here, does it really runs up or does it continue down from here? So this was it. I just wanted to remind you that the structure really is king. Not any news. All the news said the whole week that we should already be in new lows, but that didn't happen. Okay, why? Well, if we drop from here, then the structure had to finish its move, in this instance, a 5-wave move up, so it can go lower. If it runs higher, the structure didn't then shake out enough people and create enough pain that it could run lower. So know the scenarios, learn the scenarios and the wave structures and patterns, and know the invalidation levels, which then does your scenario selection. This is how you do it, and this how no move can surprise you, and that's the whole point of this whole thing. Like we said, all eyes on Bitcoin right now. It is sitting right at this level. Will it break higher and make this into a potential irregular flat correction, or will it stay below and this will remain a running flat? So let me know in the comments what you think. What do you see from this structure? And have a great weekend and see you on X. Bye bye.